A very good evening to you all and welcome to our second and final edition of News Tonight here on UBC TV this Tuesday, the 17th day of September 2024. First though, let's have a look at our top stories. In our top stories tonight, Karuma Bridge to be closed on September 23rd, 2024 for 3 months to pay for repairs. Ugandan Parliament pays tribute to fallen athlete Rebecca Cheptegei. Uganda Communications Commission to close down radio stations operating without meeting state standards. And in sports, 2 Ugandan basketball fans win to watch NBA preseason game in Abu Dhabi. Hello there once again. We are coming to you live online and on air from Broadcast House here on Nile Avenue. On sign language, it is Yusuf Senyabo and I am Rukidi Edward Kichanangoma. Now, the government is set to close the Karuma Bridge by Monday, the 23rd of September 2024 for at least 3 months to give way for the government to carry on with the repair work on the bridge. Minister for Works and Transport General Edward Katumba Wamala told the media that government has provided the second ferry at Masindi port to connect northern Uganda to central and eastern Uganda.
Before announcing the close of the Karuma Bridge, Minister of Work and Transport General Katumba Wamala was taken under the bridge to assess the level of damage on the bridge.
So now the team, as you can see, is scraping every part at the middle of the bridge to ensure that the integrity is still standing. But as you can see, in some of the spots, you can see the leakages. So if you see the leakages, that means that the water is coming all the way from the top, and that means even the bars which are there have already corroded.
He announced the closure of the bridge. Government contracted China Railway 7 and National Enterprise Corporation of UPDF to repair the bridge that connects the north to central Uganda that will cost Uganda over $7 billion to repair.
Now, within a week from today, we are permanently closing this bridge, permanently, so that we can give these people enough time to do work. Because now we are not only going to replace what you have seen down there as rotten things, but we are going to replace the top. The whole of the deck is going to be replaced so that it is made more safer to avoid those kind of leakages which you have seen down there. We are also going to improve on the safety. We are going to put more strong materials to ensure that if tomorrow you veer off, God forbid, if you veer off, then you just bounce off and bounce back.
Government has provided the second ferry at Masindi port to ease the movement from northern Uganda to the central.
For people traveling from the north and those going there, what we have done now is to put a second ferry on Masindi crossing so that we can manage the traffic. We hope that that will improve, and also the approach route, the approach road is going to be improved. It's going to be worked on to ensure that what has been happening with vehicles getting stuck there will not happen again.
Local traders around Karuma Bridge appeal to government to provide speed motorboats to move goods from Karuma Trading Center to the Kamdin Trading Center.
The closing of this bridge is going to bring to us a lot of problems. Now, there's no way we are going to pay this loan. I was appealing to the government whether they could get for us these motorboats, the one which uses the engine. If they could put for us up there, we use for crossing coming up to the business. I think we can still get something to pay our loan. But if they totally close, I think we are going to be a big problem now.
Meanwhile, the transporters are wondering whether the ferry service will be available in the night, since most of the travelers like moving in the night.
We, the transporters, are we going to be given the chance or opportunity to move in even at night from the Masindi port? How about the big lorries that will be carrying about 50 tons of 20 to 30 tons and above. What are the solutions to them? Are they going to still be allowed to board the ferry with all the tonnage and everything?
The 61-year-old bridge was built by British government to serve for 50 years. In August 2024, Karuma Bridge was temporarily closed for heavy vehicles to enable a technical team from Uganda National Road Authority assess the level of damage on the bridge before total closure for the major works.
To the August House now, where Parliament has held the late Sergeant Rebecca Cheptegei, a former Olympian who died recently after a domestic brawl. The legislators reflected on the legacy of Rebecca Cheptegei to denounce domestic violence and remind government on improving the sports facilities in the country. Rebecca Cheptegei, a former Olympic athlete, died on the 4th of September 2024 at Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital in Eldoret, Kenya. The late died after sustaining injuries after her partner set her on fire.
A motion to pay tribute to the former Olympic athlete Rebecca Cheptegei was introduced by State Minister for Sports Peter Ogwang. Cheptegei's death caused a black and dark environment in the sports field in Uganda.
What killed our daughter was on the issue of property.
Cheptegei was a celebrated long-distance and marathon runner who represented Uganda in many competitions. She was set ablaze by her partner, also the late Dickson Ndiema. Rebecca Cheptegei, a former Olympic athlete, died on 4th September 2024 at Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital in Eldoret, Kenya. Minister Ogwang narrated how a domestic fight led to the death of Cheptegei.
The late wanted that the names of the property should be put on his name. The late wanted that the account, the late husband, the account my daughter was controlling should be put in the shared names.
Ogwang defended the narrative that athletes utilize training grounds in Kenya due to the poor facilities in Uganda.
Lugogo, we are talking of training facility. Before we go to Captura, let's start from Kampala. Lugogo, it has turned to become entertainment ground for music, dance and drama. When I go to train every morning, I train from Lugogo. You find feces all over.
The MPs asked that a stadium named after Rebecca Cheptegei be established in Buko district.
That this would be something so great to remember her, to enable much as she's gone, it will inspire many more youth who will live and...
So I think we should focus more on making a national academy, a national high-performance center, not only national but even regional.
The House adopted the motion and denounced domestic violence.
To the men who are here, don't embarrass me. When you have a quarrel, cool down, give space, love your wife and she will give you everything that you want. That is what this world is about.
It's so unfortunate that so women suffer quietly in the hands of ruthless husbands who are so greedy enough and not contented with what they have.
We have challenges because even when some women report these cases to police and police says, okay, we want to arrest this man, it will be the same lady who is deterring them, saying, please don't arrest our breadwinner. Because she's stuck and so she's thinking, okay, just threaten him, but do not arrest him. It's a challenge that we have in society.
So when we empower the women, you empower them to take decisions. So we want to continue with the empowerment crusade for women to support them to have the economic base to make a decision when they know when I leave this marriage, I have where to go and stay, how to look after my children, and it is very important as one of the issues. So
Daniel Mugoya, Gloria Gwitabenji, UBC News.
Uganda Communications Commission is set to crack down on radio stations operating without meeting the minimum operational standards set by the regulatory body. The Executive Director of UCC, Engineer Nyombi Tembo, says this move is part of a broader effort by the Commission to regulate and streamline Uganda's media landscape for better service delivery.
The Uganda Communications Commission has announced that the operation to shut down over 15 radio stations operating illegally nationwide will be carried out in the coming weeks.
Mayuge 99.3 FM, these are illegal broadcaster. Kasanda 98.8 in Kasanda. Green Radio 104.3 also in Muvende. Community Green Radio 103.9 Chivoga Town Council. Mpororo 89.9 FM. This is in Ntungamo. And I'm told in Ntungamo there are so many other illegal radios. California 103.6. This is in Kiriandongo. Miracle 98.2. This is in Sembabule. Ruamata FM in Chiboga. Ngabu 89.9 in Ibinyangabo. Voice of Bukuya 89.5 is also in Kasanda district. IFM Narugori, this is in Iganga.
The Executive Director, UCC, Engineer Nyombi Tembo, states that the non-compliant stations are disrupting the critical role of the Commission in regulating and maintaining communication standards.
Please, if you know that you're operating illegally, make sure that you stop broadcasting. Otherwise, we are coming for you and we are starting today. If you know that you have a license, but you are not compliant, you are somebody who is over-modulating, you're somebody who has transmitters or equipment which is not type approved, you're somebody who doesn't meet minimum broadcasting standards, we are coming for you. This space must be cleaned, and we are really committed to do this.
Nyombi added that this operation will also target radio stations failing to comply with the minimum operating standards and those influencing their reporters to engage in unethical behaviors.
Compliance is becoming a problem. The professionalism. These stations, we hear that even reporters in some of these stations are not paid. They are asked to look for money to pay themselves. So they are not paid. So, and because of that, these reporters have gone on rampage. They have become blackmailers. They are abusing people. We have seen incidences where people go in stations where they are really totally drunk. Even on some TVs, you look at somebody and you see that somebody is in a station totally drunk.
Mary Namkose, UBC News.
To the health sector now, where health sector stakeholders want Ministry of Health to find modalities of extending malaria treatment and awareness to communities as stipulated in the Health Act of 2019 on malaria. They believe this will increase utilization, access to care, and enhance awareness of healthcare services to both out and in patients.
Here, but we can access this information.
Malaria Partners Uganda, together with the Ministry of Health, have rolled out malaria treatment assistance mechanisms to village health teams from Bokasa Chirinya to aid in the first response treatment of malaria patients to village levels.
But also we went ahead to take them through the tool, a reporting tool, where they capture information and they make sure that as they are getting their clients in the community of Bokasa Chirinya, they record them, and that information is sent to the system of the Ministry of Health, where it is recorded, and it's a comprehensive tool that has all diseases, not only malaria, but also has behavior change.
The demographic population of Ugandans suffering from malaria-related infections is high, leading the country to huge financial losses in malaria-related treatments.
But now it is us to come out and create awareness of the mosquito net misuse and abuse, where you find people have not considered their life, their health, but they consider their crops, they consider their chicks. So they are guarding their chicks, but not guarding their children. So we need to create that awareness. The government is doing good, but someone has felt because of poverty, and then they are going out there. So we need to create awareness so that people get to know the burden of malaria.
Health workers have been urged to promote those interventions known for preventing malaria, but also the population to adhere to the preventative and treatment guidelines.
450 of every 1,000 have malaria. If we get to the OPD, that is the outpatient department, 37% of those people who are waiting out there are there because of malaria. And this also is causing a big economic loss to the country, whereby when you look at Uganda every year, we are losing about $500 million because of malaria.
We advise them to go to the health center immediately they detect any sign of malaria. And we do advise them to clean all places around them, to clear the environment, to clear their homes, and to plant the repellents, malaria repellents, so as to clear malaria from our village.
Stakeholders want government to prioritize the fight against malaria-related infections and reduce mortality rates and treatment costs in health centers. Komagum Rogers for UBC.
The Poverty Alleviation Department of State House has supported farmers of Mbulamuti in Kamuli district with agricultural inputs to change their livelihood. The farm inputs were handed over by the Presidential Secretary in PAD project, Lydia Balemezi, who advised beneficiaries not to sell off the inputs.
Residents of Mbulamuti in Kamuli district, Busoga region, have received an assortment of agricultural inputs from the State House Poverty Alleviation Department. They received 30 cows, over 100 goats, coffee seedlings and chairs. PAD Presidential Secretary Lydia Balemezi explained the criteria of selecting beneficiaries.
And these farmers have followed what we have been training them in, and they have set up the sheds, the cows' sheds. Those who are going to get goats, they have also set up the goat sheds. And those who are going to get coffee, they have prepared the gardens to where they are going to plant the coffee.
PAD coordinator in Mbulamuti, Charles Mugabi, warned beneficiaries not to steal off inputs.
I urge you, whoever will receive any input from the department, please don't sell that input. Maintain it, keep it, and you get better yields out of that.
Thank His Excellency for the initiative, ensuring that Ugandans live the most poor contexts in Uganda.
The head of communications in PAD project, Haj Suleiman Walusimbi, appealed to people of Kamuli to continue supporting President Museveni's government. Some of the beneficiaries were anticipating changed livelihoods.
So I advise youth also to come and join in this program. We are ready to teach them also to be like us.
Awamu ni mama Monica Kakwenzire nti bebala okuba awalala okuba abantu abalungi okuba abantu abayikanya ni balowoza nti n'abantu abo wansi bona bendenda birira era benda bonda enkulangu.
I would like to thank His Excellency the Right Honorable Kaguta Yoweri Museveni. I would like to thank Right Honorable Kadaga, then Head of Department Kakwenzere, Madam Kakwenzere Joan, and Mr. Mugabi, who is a field officer in Mbulamuti. He really has done a lot to us. He's putting much more effort within our brain so that at least we can move from one step to another.
At least 30 cows, over 100 goats and 1,000 seedlings were distributed to farmers. Andrew Sebira compiled this report for UBC News.
Now, the Office of the Prime Minister has extended relief donations to the people who were affected by recent floods in KCCA municipality. The relief, which includes posho and beans, benefited people in more than 10 villages of KCCA municipality who were severely affected by the flooding of River Nyamwamba. The beneficiaries who received relief thanked government through the Office of the Prime Minister for quick response during times of difficulty.
Each household 14 kilograms of posho and 7 kilograms of beans. We hope that this food will be able to move them for a number of days as they see how to reorganize from the effect of the floods.
Now, chaos erupted at the Kampala Capital City Authority Council sitting at City Hall as the City Executive Committee, chaired by the Lord Mayor Arias Lukwago, failed to apologize for not presenting a report on solid waste management in the city. The report was expected to provide a comprehensive strategy to address the growing piles of garbage affecting many parts of Kampala. Take a watch.
Kampala Capital City Authority councillors are demanding an apology from the City Executive Committee for failing to produce the waste management report. The City Executive Committee's failure to submit the report resulted in a scuffle between councillors and committee members, causing damage in the chambers. The Speaker of the Council, Zara Rilika, stated that this is the third time they have requested the committee to present similar reports. Despite the repeated requests, the committee has not complied, leading to the demand for an apology.
7 members did not turn up. They gave a reason that it was very short notice. I wondered what time they needed to have come to council for presentation. On 3rd September, I called for a business committee where Hawashid and Divisional Mayor sits. And their issues are always the first on the agenda. They are given priority. Council was to take place on the 10th of September. They came without a report.
Rilika stated that they are not intimidated by the chaos said to have been caused by some of the committee members.
There is a deliberate move to intimidate council. Yes. I want to assure you. We shall not condone. We can lose anything for the lives of Kampala people. No one is going to intimidate us. No one. No one.
Councillors representing Kampala's 5 divisions expressed views on the incident, blaming the City Executive Committee for causing chaos in the chambers. They remain firm in their demands and insist on an apology to resume discussion on the related agenda.
We've asked for reports, they give us excuse after excuse. We've asked for reports, they've told us all the vague reasons in this world. But right now when it gets to garbage, that is at our doorsteps, in markets, in shops, everywhere, and kids getting sick. No, we are not going to listen to them.
In response, the City Executive Committee explained the delays in formulating and presenting the requested reports.
I've been postponed like for 3 times, demanding for the report. This report has delayed just because the technical officers delayed to submit the substantive technical report.
However, they distanced themselves from the chaos.
To the fighting in the council, I don't know. Actually, I remember when I said that I'm sorry, I'm not giving an apology, one of the members in the galley collapsed and the councillor body attacked him. That's where I expect it from.
The awaited report was intended to outline a strategy for tackling the garbage problem, plaguing various parts of the city. All of this occurred in the absence of the Lord Mayor and his deputy in the chambers. Justine Nakami, Faith Kayen, UBC News.
You used to tell me that I don't make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. I'll call you every day, yeah yo, baby don't know.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call
bucks. Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000 or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100*221# and select daily or use the MyNGN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
It's true what people say, that when I wash and you wash your hands with soap, we'll have less infections as Ugandans. After all, it's hands that handle money. It's hands that feed us. Hands that prepare soil for farming. Hands that we use to learn. And hands that we use for fun.
When I wash and you wash, it means clean hands for all. So, wash your hands with soap and clean water regularly to keep away infections and disease-causing germs. This message is from the National Hand Washing Secretariat with support from UNICEF.
Do you need data collection services, data analysis and reporting, monitoring and evaluation systems? Then contact Mold Technologies, a professional research firm that has provided many organizations with timely research solutions for over 15 years. For more information, visit www.mt.co.ug or call us on 0704 913 399 or 0782 602 963. Visit our office in Kampala at Sayuni Complex in Tinda. Mood Technologies, your professional research firm.
Omwoleso gaggadde ogutumiddwa East Africa UK Tourism and Culture Expo 2024 guguno nga wakubirawo ennaku z'omwezi 8 n'ennaku z'omwezi 9 omwezi gwa Novemba 2024 wansi w'omulamwa okuwagira ebyobulambuzi ng'engeri y'okutumbula obumu n'enkulaakulana awo ku WTM London ku Rembrandt Hotel 11th PI South Kensington London SW7 2RS United Kingdom. Tickets abasuubuzi mukyasasula pound 1000 ate abaneetaba mu mwoleso bakyasasula pound 300 okumanya ebisinga okuba ku simu kasaraba 256 787 096 00 oba kasaraba 254 795 806 969 chali ya www.eaukTourismExpo.com okwewandiisa.
Welcome back, and this is News Tonight here on UBC TV. Now, as schools reopen for third term, children with disabilities in Entebbe municipality seem neglected by their parents and are denied access to inclusive education, and proprietors of privately owned schools for children with disabilities are now urging government to support institutions that help children with disabilities by equipping them with skills so that they can be useful to the government and the communities they live in.
Peter and Paul Skilling Center in Pala, Bubuli, is among the few skilling centers in Entebbe established by Father Peter Kabogoza in 2020 with the aim of helping PWDs. Most of these children in this facility are neglected by their parents.
We skill them in making different things, like you saw earlier, table mats, where they do the tailoring, they do the making of sweaters, and so on and so forth. So by the time a child lives here as a deaf, is not looked down upon.
Due to limited space, the school currently accommodates only girls.
Skilling them and also employing them, and also getting enough space for all of the children to be accommodated here, boys and girls. We really need support in such ways that we can skill as many deaf children as possible.
Abaana we babeera mixed n'abantu abalala aboogera batera nnyo okuba isolatinga, okubasosola. Kyova olaba twakola nti nno baana babeere bakigala bokka tubayigirize mu lulimi olukugu olwo lwennyini lwe bategeera.
According to the school administration, there are still challenges in management of these children.
But here we have a challenge of not having such machines like an embroidering machine that can help put up sweaters.
Such school owners appeal to government for support to such institutions to give skills to the PWDs.
Government might not be able to reach each and every deaf child where he is, But for us, we can reach out in this community, we search for them. But we have limited funds that we cannot collect all of them here. For instance, if we bring them all here, we cannot accommodate them, we cannot feed them.
Most parents out there, they don't like supporting the deaf because they look at them as disabled. And the fact is, it's just a difference of language.
According to Queen Rachel, the principal of the Skilling Center, target is to improve and make awareness about the presence of PWDs in the community.
We train these deaf children or deaf people. After training them, giving them a skill, we let them go to the community. They have to associate with the hearing people. So during the association, the community gets to know that, oh, also the deaf people can do it.
Ever since its inception in 2020, the center has so far graduated over 100 PWDs.
Now, the head of the Directorate of Crime Intelligence, Brigadier General Christopher Damulira, has urged leaders in Busoga region to steer clear of political, religious and ethnic divisions if they are to foster development in their communities. He was speaking during closure of a month-long leadership training at the National Leadership Institute in Ichankwanzi.
A total of 297 leaders from Busoga region, including political figures, border riders, journalists and others, have completed an intensive training program. The initiative aimed to enhance their patriotism and leadership capabilities.
We insist that in order to ensure economic and social prosperity of our people, we must not forget their needs. Yes, lode tubimanyi nti no amawanga wegali edini weziri naye tulina okulaba abantu baffe bakola ki bebaagala. Mumpulira. People need food. People have to eat. Bogende e Busoga buli muntu alimye ebikajjo. Is that true? Almost everyone is growing. So where do you get matoke? Abasoga temuli amatoke. Ate mu musinga n'okufumba chapati. Kati chapati engano mugijawo. Kenya, Rire, every Busoga must eat chapati. You get? And the best chapati is from where? Busoga. This one I can confirm to you. The best chapati is from Busoga. But now, the Busoga don't grow wheat.
Brigadier Damulira called upon the leaders to set aside their differences, stressing that divisions based on politics, religion and ethnicity would only hamper development efforts in their region.
The second ingredient for success is a philosophy and strategy of emancipating the private sector and encouraging it to be the creator of wealth in an economy. We should provide necessary support to the local and foreign investors, and we should never delay investors.
He reiterated the president's call for leaders to lead the fight against poverty and corruption from the grassroots level.
You as the leaders to create conditions that makes it possible for people to make wealth and keep it. We need to work together with you, the leaders. Okuyamba abantu baffe okugaggawala ate basobole okuuma ki obugagga bwabwe. Mumpulira bulungi. Njagala omuntu atunde ebikajjo bye, emmwanyi ze, kasooli we, ate amanye tewali agenda kukola ki kujja kumenya nju ye. And that's why this kind of relationship is very, very important. So we in the security, we have to work with you, the leaders, to enable your people to create wealth, but also protect it.
Mirembe Sise, who led the group of trainees, appealed to government to focus more attention on Busoga, a region rich in resources and tourism potential, but still underdeveloped.
Your Excellency, we have a few challenges. The Jinja former industrial town and once upon a planned city is fading off, yet it doubles as a tourist city in terms of national infrastructure. For example, other regions like Chigeza and Bunyolo have international airports. Yet we have Chimaka airstrip, which
which needs upgrading. Busoga is the center of sports, and in Uganda, however, Busoga is a center of sports in Uganda. However, Uganda is in preparation to host AFCON. We request for renovation of Bugembe, Abendaira Stadium, among...
Some of the leaders expressed their appreciation for the training and shared how they plan to apply their newly acquired skills to effect change in their areas. Sodat Kaye and Jamil Chavasinga, UBC News.
To Kibale now, where Kibale Health Center 4 in Bunyoro region has long struggled with a severe shortage of delivery beds, impacting midwives' ability to effectively care for expectant mothers. Now, according to Mr. Jackson Imbeta, the Kibale District Inventory Management Officer, the only health center of its kind in the district, which serves a population without a district hospital, has been grappling with just one delivery bed for years. Take a watch.
With the health center receiving around 30 expectant mothers each day, the lack of adequate delivery beds has led to significant operational difficulties. To address this issue, Mr. Jackson Mbeta recently received a donation of 2 delivery beds and 2 steam sterilizers on behalf of the Kibale District local government.
So abazalisa baitu babaire bagumirirwa muno hano niho turoleire ni mutu komamu.
We had only 1 delivery bed. Our midwives would suffer when helping women to deliver. We thank God for this enablement.
Nibajja kuzaza abaana na muno nka abantu kuyamba muno kehya abantu abakufa nibazaara rundi nibazaalwa.
The equipment was funded by proceeds from marathon kit sales, which Mr. Mbeta assured would be used effectively to improve maternal care. I want to thank the people of Bunyoro Kingdom for the Impango Run. Thank you for doing this. I know in God's sight, you were blessed. During the handover at the Kingdom headquarters in Hoima City, Bunyoro Kingdom Prime Minister Mr. Andrew Byakutaga emphasized that this donation aligns with Omukama Dr. Solomon Iguru's commitment to enhancing healthcare services.
Privileged to hand over the items which were procured after the Impango Run of 8th June 2024. We were directed by His Royal Highness to support health facilities in the kingdom, and we've been doing that every year to be able to support health facilities. We've supported almost all health facilities, but we have not yet supported Kibale. So Kibale Health Center 4 has received 2 delivery beds and 2 sterilizers, which we hope that will support the delivery process in the Health Center 4.
The donation, funded by the 2024 Impango Run, reflects Bunyoro Kingdom's ongoing efforts to support local health facilities and improve maternal services. Crispus Arinitwe, Alex Niyonzima, UBC News.
Now, as schools open for the 3rd term, administrators of schools are agitating for computer skills emphasis even at primary level. At Jaire Junior School in Bushenyi, learners are already having lessons, including computer classes. However, they appeal to government to provide computers such that every learner can have access. The director, Jaire Junior, Katagu Frederick, says they have tried to give computer skills to learners at primary level even before they join other levels of education. At Inganwa Junior School in Sheema District, learners were found already in class lessons going on. The deputy head teacher, Nancy Mbi Patience, says they have already received over 90% of the total school enrollment and want government support for facilities.
The computers are few. Everyone is not getting a computer. So we please request the government at least to give us some computers so that those who are standing can get some computers. Also they can type and get and also learn how to use a computer. because you see the computer view. If someone is standing and someone else is sitting typing, these ones won't get if someone is sitting here typing.
We have taught our pupils as early as possible, so that in primary, as they leave for primary education, as they leave primary, they're able to join the rest of the world with knowledge of computer, so that they are not ignorant of what is happening around them. Because now, as Uganda or as Jaira, it's a global village, whereby each and everything is needed, so that as somebody goes out into the world, he knows how he can click on a computer, get to know what is happening in America, get to know what is happening in the rest of the world, and he can join the rest of their life, even if he doesn't go further. But he's able to join the rest of the world, knowing that he knows what he wants to get in the world.
The term has opened today. Actually, we opened yesterday for the case of those learners who come from very far. But officially, we have opened today, Monday, 16th, and our learners are already here. Some are still on the way coming as we are waiting for them. Actually, it is our need because we lack some structures. We have few computers which cannot cater all the learners here, as we have bigger enrollment, as the school now stands at 1,054 learners, and we lack structures of which we can say that if the government can extend to us some of the structures of which we can use some of the rooms in making the computer room or the laboratory room, we still lack those.
It's nice to stay with us.
Namunkekera Agro-Processing Industries Limited, NAPIL, presents the Namunkekera Laotian Industrial Park Trade Show and Bazaar under the theme Celebrating Local and Foreign Investment on Friday 27th to Saturday 28th September 2024 at Kapeka Industrial Park starting at 9 a.m. Entrance is... Are you a business person, school, or consumer of authentic Ugandan products? Don't miss this chance for incredible discounts on premium items like ceramic tiles, electricals, garments, shoes, bags, TVs, agricultural tools, dried mangoes, and pineapples. Guests of honor are Minister for Investment, Honorable Evelyn Anite, and the Chief Coordinator Operation Wealth Creation, General Salim Saleh. Come and enjoy Uganda's top artists. Would you like to exhibit? Call 0783 293 348 or 0757 896 914. Kapeka, the center for all your quality products.
Uganda Manufacturers Association celebrates 30 years of industrial excellence. Come and be part of the 30th UMA International Trade Fair at Lugogo from the 2nd to the 10th of October. We celebrate 30 years of industrial excellence with an education pavilion, an agricultural pavilion, and a job skills development pavilion for job seekers. There will be lots of fun, entertainment, and business opportunities. Come and be part of this great journey and milestones. Entrance fee is only 10,000 shillings. If you want an exhibition stall, call +256 0703 552 444 or visit the UMA website, powered by Total Energies, Hisense, Smart Tech, and Stanbic Bank.
Do you need data collection services, data analysis and reporting, monitoring and evaluation systems? Then contact Mold Technologies, a professional research firm that has provided many organizations with timely research solutions for over 15 years. For more information, visit www.mt.co.ug or call us on 0704 913 399 or 0782 602 963. Visit our office in Kampala at Sayuni Complex in Tinda. Mood Technologies, your professional research firm.
Max Media Promotion presents Omukwano Chechi Concert, taking place on the 27th of September 2024 at Tavern Woods, Kabusu. There will be exciting performances from Message Semakula, Jovre Lutaya, Winnie Nwaji, Kabuya Semboga, Queen Florence, and Olisha M. Entrance is only 20k ordinary, 50k VIP, and a table at 500,000. For bookings, call 0759 677 502 or 0785 310 00388. Come ready to dance the night away from 7 p.m. till late. Sponsored by UBC, Success Motors, Kampala City Grammar, and KT Sounds.
Welcome back from that break. Business news now. And National Social Security Fund's earnings grew by 16%, increasing from 2.3 trillion to 2.53 trillion shillings for the financial year ending June 30th, 2024. The fund attributes this robust growth to increased interest income, dividend income, and real estate income. Dennis Tigoa reports.
The National Social Security Fund's performance report for the financial year 2023-2024 comes ahead of the much-anticipated annual members' meeting on September 27, 2024 in Kampala. Thanks to its robust performance, savers can look forward to a competitive interest rate, which will be declared by the Minister of Finance, Matia Kasaija.
Look at our contributions, and this is a good number to actually tell, because if you follow the money, it tells a story. The last 5 years, 1.27 in 2019, 2021 was 1.37, 2022 1.49, 2023 1.72, 2024 1.93 trillion. It has been increasing, and this tells us that more and more people are interested in the fund with their savings.
As of June 2024, the fund's assets had risen to 22.1 trillion shillings, an increase of 19.2% compared to the previous year.
When you come and you're eligible for your money, it will be there. Safety, that it drives our control environment, drives how we do business. That safety proposition, that value, that we promise your money will be safe. But the other aspect of safety is interesting is, not only will your money be there, but it won't lose value in the process. That's why we have this promise that at any interest rate that we declare, it must be at least 2 percentage points above 10-year inflation to preserve the purchasing power of your shilling.
The fund also saw a significant rise in member contributions, which increased by 12.2% from 1.7 trillion shillings in the financial year 2022-2023 to 1.93 trillion shillings in the financial year 2023-2024. NSSF's impressive performance reflects an improvement in the overall investment environment in Uganda and across the East African region.
We made 22 billion from Airtel, and we made 40.5 billion from MTN in dividends. Now there are a couple of other counters that gave us very good dividends, like Equity Bank 19, Safaricom 19, TBL 10. So basically the point I'm making is that we saw very good dividend income year on year, but then there's a story on the recovery of the equity markets. The exchange rate recovered this year in our favor, to the extent that we made 255 billion in exchange gains alone.
And we have strict investment policies on where we can. We do very critical and serious due diligence in any business we invest in.
Beyond revenue growth, the fund excelled in other key performance indicators, including an increase in benefits paid and enhanced cost management. Dennis Igoa for UBC News.
And finally, let's have a look at sports news, and we're looking at football, where Uganda national under-20 football team, the Hippos, are in two residential camp at Njero Technical Center ahead of their under-20 zonal qualifiers. The games, due on October 6th to the 20th, host different groups, with Uganda pitted in Group A alongside hosts Tanzania and other participating countries of Kenya, Sudan, Rwanda and Djibouti. The finalists will qualify to represent Sekafa at the AFCON Under-20 to take place next year.
Yeah, according to the expectations, we think to reach there. That is the only solution. And that's why we are here. That's why we are fighting to see that we reach there, because it's not going to be our first time. So we have to fight to see that we do it again. Yeah, we have trained only one day. I cannot tell you this or that, but I think the way how the boys are responding, the competition is going to be tight because everybody is focused.
And that brings us to the end of this second and final edition of News Tonight here on UBC TV this Tuesday, the 17th day of September 2024. On sign language, it has been Senyomo Yusuf and I'm Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma wishing you a blessed night, but I will leave you with Kutesa Mili with the weather forecast for tomorrow.
Sporting on UBC, my name is Kutesa Mili with the weather update. We are still having light isolated showers in most parts of the country. Nevertheless, other areas are experiencing sunny intervals, and more especially the eastern part. Seeing the satellite picture, we are having moist winds are blowing in from the Indian Ocean coming into our countries in combination with that of Congo air mass. Nevertheless, we're having lows over the tip of South Africa that are depriving us most parts of the country, the moist winds, hence bring us the sunny intervals that we're experiencing here and there. Tomorrow morning, we expect to wake up to a bright sunny day in the central part of Uganda, apart from parts of Masaka, where we're seeing light showers, and parts of eastern, we're seeing sunny intervals, and then the western stretch, sunny intervals. The northern sector, a continuation of sunny intervals is expected in the morning hours. Afternoon hours, we're seeing a pickup of light showers across parts of Kampala and parts of Masaka and across rounds of the Lake Victoria. The rest of the central is expected to have sunny intervals at a maximum 30 degrees Celsius across parts of Nakasongola, 29 Mubende and parts of Masaka, and Akapesti Kampala with a 28. The eastern part, a continuation of sunny intervals, is expected at a maximum of 30 degrees Celsius, apart from Soloti, where we are seeing a 29. The western stretch, a pickup of light showers, parts of Kasese and parts of Kabale at a maximum of 30 degrees Celsius across Kasese, 25 at the lowest in Kabale Highlands, 29 in Barara with sunny intervals and Masinde. The northern sector, we are seeing a continuation of sunny intervals at a maximum of 30 degrees Celsius in the Kalamuja regions and towards Chitugum, Gulu, Lila and parts of Alua with a 29. Moving out of Uganda, visiting a few countries, we are seeing Nairobi with sunny intervals and Dubai at a maximum of 37 degrees Celsius across Dubai, 27 with Nairobi, Cairo with sunny conditions, and London at a maximum of 18 degrees Celsius across London and 34 across Cairo. Thanks for tuning on UBC. My name is Kutesa Mili. Stay tuned and see you tomorrow.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
A new dawn on Behind the Headlines with me, Timothy Nyangweso. Every Wednesday, live in our studios in the heart of Kampala. We have conversations that have analysis, explanation, but not every truth is fact, and not every fact is truth. Every Wednesday, 10 p.m. on your public broadcaster.
Broadcaster, UBC, inspiring Uganda.
This weekend on UBC.
Many of you are in conflict. That celebration is uncalled for. How are you going to resolve this conflict? If you're going to resolve the conflict, it begins by you having peace. You can't have peace by changing the external. Peace begins with inside. You make peace with God, and then you can have peace. When you have peace in yourself, you can release peace on the outside.